My name is Megan O'Russell.
And my name is Christopher Russell, and welcome back to Page by Page, Writing the Book in Real Time. We are on to chapter 15.
I'm a little weirded out by it.
Yeah, no kidding. And yet, we're still not quite a third of the way through.
Yeah. So, the thing is, I've been a lot more careful this time around about keeping my chapters chapter size.
So
it's taking a little longer chapter number wise to get there.
I see. So this will probably be similar in length.
Yeah, it's going to be more chapters because in Sketchbook of a Wayward Seer, some of my chapters were getting up to like 6,500 words. And that's kind of a lot.
No, they never got quite that high, but they got pretty close.
I think one of them did.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Which when we get into, because all of these chapters, if you are a new friend, welcome. But all of the chapters for Diary of a Bloodmarked Werewolf are going to go... Werewolf.
Oh my God, there's the one.
We already got it in. But are going to go into a normal book. And so when I was editing the book of Sketchbook of a Wayward Seer, some of the chapters were like long.
Right.
So I am trying to avoid that this time by keeping the chapters more book length.
Well, this is also, this is page by page writing the book in real time. And we've been very, very straightforward from the get-go that this is a learning process. So I think that to continue to refine this process as we move throughout the world of Laureldale and into Sagebrook and things like this is a good thing to do. Okay. Oh, and you said welcome to new friends. And that right now would specifically be anybody that we saw at ORB.
Orlando Reads Books.
Yes, or Orb, as some people were calling it. I was like, Orb. All right, I like that. Speaking of friends from Orb, our good friend Karen, who we've known for a couple of years now. I think we first met at ORB, right?
Yeah,
a couple of years ago. Yeah, in 2023. She was so sweet. She brought us a 6-pack of mixed matched beers along with a tiny thing of potpourri. Because she was like, since Megan talks about IPAs being sock drawer potpourri, and then I don't think I told you this, but she asked me afterwards, she's like, so how many of those beers is Megan going to hate me for? I was like, I think like a couple of them, because a couple of them are double IPAs, and she's like, okay.
But then I have my little sock drawer potpourri, so I could just like sniff the potpourri as I drink the potpourri beer, so then it'll be like, no, I am smelling the right thing while drinking this fluid.
Again, if you've been with us before, you will know that we are very, very inclusive on this podcast, and this one is so fitting. It's from Sun King Brewery out of Sarasota, Florida. Amber has 2 moms, and it is an amber, of course.
All right, I'm excited.
We have not tested this one yet. No, cheers. I love a good amber.
Well, Amber's 2 mommies take very good care of her. This is a lovely beer.
That is a lovely beer.
It's a little gentle.
It is. There's like a touch of like caramel on the malts.
It's quite pleasant.
It is quite pleasant. Thank you, Karen.
Yeah, that would be with like a pulled pork sandwich or something.
Oh, actually, 100%. It's like a non-hateful Yingling. It's beautiful. It's actually better than Yingling.
I was like, Yingling is like just a step above Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Okay, see, there I'll have to disagree with you. I think Yingling actually has, I don't know, flavor and body.
I said a step above. I didn't say it was.
Before we piss off the beer aficionados, do you want to give us a previously on?
Previously on Diary of a Bloodmarked Werewolf. We have officially arrived at Laureldale High Field Day. And it is time for the competition to begin. Now, a brief reminder, on our field day teams, we do have Paige, Jason, Ella, and a bunch of other people on that same team right there. Really, in this moment, all that matters is that Paige, Jason, and Ella are in the same. Oh, yeah, Tessa's in their homeroom, too.
Because she escaped the beast to come into the hailstorm, or the hailstorm to come into the beast.
No, because Haley's in their homeroom.
Yeah, so Haley is in Ella's homeroom.
Haley is in their homeroom, too. So Haley's on their
Evan
team
is
as well.
not.
Evan is not.
Okay, got it.
But Tessa is, because she ran away from Beatrice.
Yes.
But ended up with Haley.
Yeah.
But, you know.
You ran from the beast and into the hailstorm?
I mean,
Yeah.
if one's better than the other, one's better than the other.
Yeah, I guess. So I'm excited for this chapter because I feel like we're moving ahead a plot line that I didn't think I was going to be so invested in, but I am so invested in it. So I'm just like, oh boy. Yeah. What? You know which one I'm talking about. I can't say it out loud because it ruins it. Okay. All right. So was there anything else that you wanted to say before we jump into the chapter reading?
Only that if you are one of our new friends from Orlando Reads Books, or you are joining the Page by Page podcast for the very first time, if you're someone who doesn't like to jump into a story midstream because you want to start from the very, very beginning, you can go back to season 1, episode 1 of Page by Page, reading the book in real time, and pick up Ella Day's story from the very beginning. Or if you're like, I'm going to hop on in, I want to join the fun, then welcome. And yeah, that's it.
I'll try to remember to share chapter 1 in the podcast notes here. So, Christopher, this is your reminder when you are putting together the podcast later. Put it in the notes, man. Do it.
We have a really organized producer on this podcast.
Look, I am doing what is called my fucking best.
And I am so proud of you, man. I am so proud of you.
All right, great. I'm stealing the microphone. The microphone.
Okay,
I don't know why I do that. It makes me think of, there's this great movie that I've been trying to... it's just never quite happened, but I've tried to introduce my best friend to for years. I've tried to get you to watch it, but you're just not interested because it's not your type of humor, which is fine. But it's National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1 with Emilio Estevez and Samuel L. Jackson and Tim Curry and William Shatner and Whoopi Goldberg. It's so good. And by so good, I mean it is absolutely ridiculous. But there's Tim Curry's character in there has this crazy, it's like I don't know if it's like Eastern European accent, like bordering like Russian, but he at the beginning of the movie is like, where is the microfilm? And Whoopi Goldberg's like, the what? The microfilm. I don't know anything about a microfilm. No, it's a little, and he like has to explain it. And she's like, oh, anyway, just watch the movie. It's much funnier than I just made it out to be. Okay, so are we ready?
I think the thing is you sell the movie so well. I'm just like, I don't know if I'm ready for this comedic experience.
I love you so much, you jerk. Okay. Oh, and also since last time we have celebrated 22 years together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Happy
you can tell. All right, I love you. So now I proudly present to you my favorite Kesha song. You'll understand why I say that when I say the chapter title. This is Chapter 15 of Diary of a Blood-Marked Werewolf, Laureldale, Book 2. Tick tock. Don't stop. No, okay. All right. No, for real this time. Chapter 15. Tick tock. For those lacking Paige Paxman as their field day team captain, or the foresight to have mapped out their own day in advance, battling the horde to reach the ridiculously complicated complete student schedule posted on the school's primary bulletin board served as the first competition of the day. With each homeroom team competing in at least one round of every event and time requiring an overlap of every event except the end of the day talent show. Oh, no, end of day, not end of the day. With each homeroom team competing in at least one round of every event and time requiring an overlap of every event except the end of day talent show, whoever put together the full school spreadsheet from hell was either being punished by the cosmos, a masochist, or a sadist who took twisted pleasure in watching people panic as they searched the tiny little rows for their name. With students constantly having to split from the bulk of their team to scurry to the other side of school for a 15-minute slot in an individual competition that could decide who won the whole damn thing, meaning Paige's dream astronomy overnight, the general system left a lot of room for fuck-ups and missed chances. Paige, being intolerant of such blunders, created every team member a laminated, individualized schedule issued on a lanyard in our Paige-chosen team colors, midnight blue and silver, with the strict instructions to only remove the lanyards while in active physical competition and a warning that, though she had extras for each of us in her field day kit, a toolbox with a printed Paige Paxman Field Day Kit label, she would be creating a list of shame for anyone who lost more than 2 tags. Use of said shame list TBD based upon our team's overall performance. As I sipped my coffee, waiting in my Paige-assigned pickup spot, watching the bulletin board melee, I really didn't know how the fuck Paige had managed to do so much laminating without my noticing while constantly babysitting my ass. But as her inexplicable magic included walking the quintet of KAT dais movers into the new teacher's lounge / the theater's girls' dressing room and fucking chatting with the teachers about their plans for the weekend while draining their coffee pot pouring for the 5 of us, and she convinced Miss Lynette and Mr. Harlan to have the art and shop classes collaborate to make keep off the dirt signs for Mr. Carver's garden, which, if I was reading shit right, also served as page setting Miss Lynette and Mr. Harlan up for a Saturday brunch date, I refused to question the source of her majesty. Ready? Jason spoke, then touched my shoulder. Paige will be pissed if we're late to our first event. Where is she? Is she okay? I tucked my sketchbook under my arm, careful not to lose a drop of my teacher's lounge coffee as I reached for my phone in my leggings side pocket. Team swag emergency. We're meeting her on the field. Shit! He knocked a precious slop of coffee from my cup as he leapt closer, his chest pressed against my back as he twisted his shoulders, shielding me, sparking a flash of panic in my gut that fizzled as I realized the grand threat was a cluster of senior asshats shoving through people on their way to the front door, leaving me with a bone-deep awareness of how comforting it would be to give in to the lure of Jason's warmth and snuggle into his arms, drift back to sleep, and let field day go fuck itself. Shit, sorry. Jason backed away, stealing his warmth. Are you burned? 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 Your coffee. Jason pointed to my recently slopped cup. Right. Good work, Ella. Make brain do function, Ella. The coffee's barely warm, I said. I'm just clinging to the delusion that the longer it takes me to drink, the more good the caffeine will do. Pause. That is so real. Mm-hmm. That is so real. I feel that, Ella.
You gotta nurse that cup as long as you can.
Oh, wait, no, I should go back. That doesn't make sense if I don't go back. The coffee's barely warm, I said. I'm just clinging to the delusion that the longer it takes me to drink, the more good the caffeine will do. Impressive. To Paige? I nodded toward the scrum at the front door. To Paige. Jason stayed behind me as we weaved through the outer rim of the bulletin board melee, keeping me in view rather than using himself as a human plow to clear our path to the door. Breathe, Ella. Breathe, Ella. Don't you fucking do it, Ella. I focused on the feel of Jason's hand on my back, begging my brain not to catch any vision bullshit from the trio of girls with matching green and white headbands, or the poor scrawny freshman boy who, based on his fear-filled, gray-tinged face, definitely thought he was going to die in some athletic tragedy today, or Beatrice, who managed to fucking elbow me in the ribs and spill another slop of my fucking coffee as we broke through the final clusterfuck and out into the open. Only the cool air and space between bodies placed the chaos of the overstuffed parking lot above the hell inside the hall. The first event wouldn't start for another few minutes, but parents had already set up grills and tables in the parking lot. To accommodate the families that found joy in picnicking on asphalt, students, aside from the early morning volunteers, because fuck that, had been instructed to walk or park alongside the school's drive. To the student body's credit, most seemed to have obeyed, at least judging by the line of parked cars reaching down the drive and out of sight, and the relatively small number of angry parents circling the parking lot hunting for weaklings to oust. That is so real, by the way, and it actually makes me remember that Christmas is coming.
That goose is getting fat, man.
Oh, man.
Nobody's got a penny for the old man hat, am I right? But I can't do the I knocked the mic. Okay. You keep going.
2 boys bolted past us, racing toward the football field. I picked up my pace, merging into the line of people heading for the path through the trees. Jason maintained Ella guarding position as we passed the section marked off for the challenge course, whose setup had been so stressful the choir teacher, apparently named Mrs. Mercer, had threatened to quit teaching forever if anyone tried to make her hang 1 more inch of surveyor tape. How are you doing? Jason asked. Better than Mrs. Mercer. About this morning, I mean, he added. Which part? I laughed. Noah scaring the shit out of me? Fear of having Tessa's grandmother murder me for dropping the dais? Mourning the awful spill that slaughtered the perfect cappuccino you made this morning? I'll make a fresh batch of bread pudding for breakfast if it'll help you heal. I sipped my subpar teacher's lounge coffee. Toss in 2 cappuccinos to accompany the bread pudding bounty, and I'll be ready to move on. Done. I glanced back, expecting to see Jason's teasing smile, but he'd flattened his lips into a line that only pinched tighter when he caught me watching. I meant, he let out a subtle, steadying breath, how are you since the sheriff finally told everyone Clara was murdered? My feet forgot how moving worked as the oddity of Clara was murdered, spoken by Jason Archer, tossed my brain into a mini Etherean crisis. I tipped forward, slamming my "the fuck did the humans say?" meltdown aside in time to catch myself with a slight stumble forward, not having a chance to try since Jason locked his arm around my waist and just fucking lifted me, not breaking his stride, carrying me 10 steps before putting me down. "Sorry, I shouldn't have brought Clara up. I didn't mean to freak you out," Jason said, not mentioning the fucking toddler Carrie. I resecured my sketchbook under my arm. Everyone bustling along with their fun like they didn't just find out a student was murdered is doing more damage than you mentioning her could. "It's field day," Jason shrugged, like the 3-word explanation fully covered why little Laureldale, which was still on high alert for a lurking kidnapper, cared more about a good parking spot to grill burgers than the fact that a girl was fucking murdered. A boy with dark hair and an inhuman stride cut past us, slipping between the parents ambling down the path. Caleb. Even if I hadn't spent a week waking up on the pillow beside him, and hadn't memorized the set of his shoulders, and didn't know there were other Ethereans in Laureldale, I would have marked him as not fucking human in 4 fucking steps. His movements were too smooth, too quick, too fucking careless in a crowd of humans. Shit. "It's just," Jason began. "Why?" "The day at the cliff." Jason code for that time we went hiking and found a body. "You said you thought the person, Clara, hadn't fallen." "Fear? No, not fear. If Caleb were afraid, he'd keep me in sight, not rush past me." "But now that it's in the news and people might start talking about it," Jason said. "Anger?" Caleb's anger would stream behind him, crackling, palpable. "I guess I just wanted to check in." Jason kept going. "Tessa threw the Clara thing at you this morning." I don't like that delivery, Christopher. Actor. "I guess I just wanted to check in." Jason kept going. "Tessa threw the Clara thing at you this morning, and even though you already didn't believe Clara died in an accident, having it confirmed can't be easy." Jarred by the downside of Faye hearing and the unfortunate timing of being trapped on the same path as the girl he'd fucked himself over for while she makes breakfast plans with the guy who's moved into her house, a possibility. One that made my intestines squirm with a delicate balance of guilt and disgust at my own egocentric ass. At the edge of the trees, we stayed with the herd, heading past the sawhorses, tires, and spiderweb of low-lying ropes to the football field proper. "So are you?" Jason said. A shit for enjoying bread pudding when I still haven't gotten to ask Caleb if he's been able to keep food down since accidentally gutting a guy? Focus, Ella. Speak, Ella. "Am I impressed Paige already talked you into checking on me?" I managed. Jason's arm tensed just a touch. "I'm fine." I lightly thwacked him in the stomach with my sketchbook, practicing my gentle human strength. "Honestly, you can do it, Ella. Not all truths are dangerous." I'm a little relieved. If I had to listen to one more sanctimonious shit imply Clara caused her own death, I probably would have been kicked out of school for giving said shit a pair of black eyes to match Evan's. Jason laughed. His chest bounced against my side. He had tucked me that close to him. Intimate. Comfortable. Very easy to mistake as more than a protective bread pudding buddy. I added, I don't know why, but in that context, bread pudding buddy, I feel like you could switch bread pudding out for something else. And it's like,
right.
Well...
You want to be my bread pudding buddy?
Oh my goodness. You're asking me this 22 years later?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
I feel like that's going to start showing up in people's inboxes. Slide in the DMs. You want to be my bread pudding buddy?
That's our next t-shirt. That's our next
my
t-shirt.
Bread pudding buddy?
Yeah, she's my bread pudding buddy.
Wow.
Okay. And then another shirt that says I'm the bread pudding? I don't know.
No, I don't think that's
okay, yeah, that doesn't work. All right. Okay, moving on.
I feel like Valentine's, be my bread pudding buddy.
Okay. Be more than friends, be a bread pudding buddy. Very easy to mistake as more than a protective bread pudding buddy. Good God. I added another stone to my mountain of self-loathing and gave Jason a slightly harder thwack with my sketchbook, twisting with the hit, using the movement as an excuse to break away from his touch. He laughed harder. Another stone on the mountain. "Are you doubting my temper or punching skills?" I asked. Jason raised his hands, ready to block another sketchbook blow. "Neither, I swear." "Then what's so funny? The day on the cliff, watching you tear into my dad for assuming the person..." Jason's joy flickered for a second, then popped back into being like he'd just nailed some remarkably skilled compartmentalization. My dad was the biggest dick about blaming Clara for falling, and the idea of him walking around with 2 black eyes from a teenage girl is fucking hilarious. Add the fact that you of all people could probably get away with it. Jason gave an, I mean you could, kind of shrug. Dramatic, but not sarcastic enough I didn't have to ask, do you really want me to punch, Sheriff Fuckface, your dad? 'Cause I'm happy to take the job. Jason laughed. Don't do it, Ella. Don't do it. I waved for Jason to lean closer, lowering my voice, allowing myself 15 seconds of stupid, a worthy trade for the satisfaction of bringing a whisper of them back into the world. My parents taught me never to accept less than a 50% deposit for any rough-up job. Jason flattened his lips, his chest bouncing with silent laughter. But after all you've done for me, I can make some black eyes happen pro bono. I tossed him a wink. He shook his head at my obviously unserious offer. It's for the best. You already strayed too close to the line. If you want me to break his foot, I can make that happen too, I said as we peeled away from the crowd headed for the stands, veering toward our team's bench where Paige lorded over her minions, clipboard in one hand, megaphone in the other. Kneecaps and hands are harder to make look like an accident, but I could probably pull off a disclosed shoulder. That's not what's written, Christopher.
Go back to the beginning.
You want to go back to the beginning of it? Okay. All right. Going back to the beginning. I like the paragraph too for a different reason, which we'll get to. If you want me to break his foot, I can make that happen too, I said as we peeled away from the crowd headed for the stands, veering toward our team's bench where Paige lorded over her minions, clipboard in one hand, megaphone in the other. Kneecaps and hands are harder to make look like an accident, but I could probably pull off a dislocated shoulder if that's more to your liking. Thanks, Ella. Jason smiled down at me, a special, sticking kind of joy in his eyes. A boulder plummeted straight down on Mount Guilt. Too big a risk. The fear-crisped words caught my ear. A little surprised, honestly. Jason's tone implied I'd missed something very important, but an angry, get the hell out of my way or I swear, coming from the shade under the bleachers, knocked aside trying to figure out what Jason thing I'd missed. Swear what? Anger sharpened the fearful one's diction, popping the T at the end of what like a fucking dare. I'll stab you in the dick with a fucking pencil. Ouch. Ow. Sorry.
I didn't say up the pee-pee hole.
I know, but still, ow, it doesn't matter. You're going to be stabbed in the penis.
Which would be worse? Like up the hole or in the side?
Up the hole? Are you kidding me?
I don't know. I don't have one.
You have a urethra.
Well, yeah, but it's not like...
I know.
What do you... Like, I don't know.
Welcome to anatomy, kids. No,
continue.
it's different. Yeah, sure. Okay.
But up the hole would be worse than just like through.
Yes. Jesus. God,
so
yes.
So a kebab
Sorry.
would be worse than like a...
Oh, okay. Yes.
Okay, we can continue.
Thank you. Oh,
so not like a corn
sake.
dog.
But an angry, get the hell out of my way, or I swear, coming from the shade under the bleachers, knocked aside trying to figure out what Jason thing I'd missed. Swear what? Anger sharpened the fearful one's diction, popping the T at the end of what like a fucking dare. I'll stab you in the dick with a fucking pencil. I doubled back, cutting past the parents, heading for the corner of the bleachers. Ella? Jason caught my elbow, not trying to hold me back, more like bracing for my collapse. Do you need to sit? For those of you playing the home game, it's important at this moment to keep in mind that Ella has a theory in hearing. Jason does not. So Jason's not hearing any of this shit.
No.
Right? Yeah.
Well, the thing is, Ella's hearing isn't that much better than other people, but it's like...
It's better enough.
Yeah, to be like, there's something going on behind these bleachers. She's not hearing through concrete. She's just hearing under the general hubbub.
Well, and also don't people assigned female at birth are typically better at hearing anyway, right? It's kind of that mother thing, right? Isn't it?
I think
or is that
so.
an old
I don't know. We should look that up.
We should look that up. If you know, let us know. That could just be something that we're told. I don't know. There's so much I've been lied to about in my life.
I know, especially when it comes to never mind. That's
I know. That's not this
Okay,
podcast, but I feel where you're going, and yes, I agree. Okay, Ella. Jason caught my elbow, not trying to hold me back, more like bracing for my collapse. Do you need to sit? He's helping. I didn't brush him away or slow. I just need a second. Asking you to think, Fearful said. Is it too loud? Jason said. Do you need... We reached the side of the bleachers. Go to Paige, I'll catch up. I started to pull my arm from Jason, but he switched his hold, advancing from the firm grip of preparing to catch a falling Ella to the iron cuff of willing to trap a bolting Ella. He's helping. I'll stay right back here. I didn't get to add, I promise. As soon as we reached the far corner, we both froze, transfixed by the unmistakable mess of the scene. Haley and Evan. The daylight slicing through the breaks in the bleachers highlighted the clashing couple / former couple / fuck buddies / death is scary, and we were both a little too desperate to feel alive and forgot the importance of birth control / I don't even fucking know, in a film-worthy glow, like bars caging two animals doomed to fight to the death, or doomed to fight until death, what with the potential spawn involved. Fuck. Evan, poor fucking Evan. Sickly, brownish yellow bruises, surrounding eyes filled with a gut-wrenching mix of exhaustion and panic, his arms spread wide, trying to keep Haley from escaping, and a fucking pregnancy test box clutched in his right hand to top off the pathetic picture. While Haley blazed with an impressive level of rage, by all fucking appearances genuinely ready to stab Evan's dick if that was how his dumbass chose to play things. Fuck. Jason jerked on my arm, yanking me back, trying to toss me around the corner and out of sight, giving up as Haley and Evan spotted us, shoving me behind him instead, sheltering me like Haley might literally explode. What the fuck are you doing? Haley smacked Evan's arm aside, taking a step toward Jason and me. Fuck. Jason wrapped his arm behind him, pinning me to his back, stealing my view. Are you fucking spying on us? Haley said. Haley, stop, Evan said. I peered around Jason's side. It sounded like someone... Are you stalking me? Haley's icy fury wrapped tension down my spine. She made it 3 more steps before Evan darted forward, catching her by the wrist. Haley, please. Haley spun around and crack! Slapped the shit out of Evan with soul-wincing efficiency. Don't fucking touch me. Team Parker to the bench! Paige's megaphone distorted voice blared through the bleachers. Don't fucking speak to me. Haley lifted Evan's hand away from her wrist. Team Parker to the bench, Paige said. Now! Following Paige's order, Jason switched from pinning me to his back to clutching me to his side like a pretty little maiden in distress, ready to escort me the fuck away from danger, but Haley had fixed her fury back on us. Fuck. Don't you dare walk away from me. Haley leaned into fucking eye-scratching reach, her voice a low threat I should have been wise enough to heed. I don't care what tragedy landed you in Laureldale. I'm going to figure out your twisted little game. Haley, I tried to break in, and then I will fucking destroy you. Her face twisted, pinching in disgust like I was oozing with boils or covered in maggots or some other wretched representation of the vile abomination that is me. TikTok, bitch. Soon everyone will know what a fucked up freak you are. Well, shit. Haley stormed past Jason and me and disappeared around the front of the bleachers. Paige's megaphone blapped. Again, if you're playing the home game, Megan, will you say what a blap is? Blap! It was funny when I was editing this, I got to blapped and I went, blapped. And then I heard it in my head and I went, that's a blap. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I like it. Thank you for making up onomatopoeia.
You're welcome.
Paige's megaphone blapped. Team Parker to the bench immediately. I can't. Evan let out a shaky breath, like he was fighting the need to puke and or cry. He held out the box still clutched in his right hand. She won't take a test or go to a doctor, so I don't know what's safe or what she wants or if I should panic. I think saying the word panic broke him. His gaze jumped from Jason to me, to Jason to me, his breath catching in his throat, breaking into stuttering gasps. Team Parker, the game begins in 60 seconds, Paige said. I'm just imagining Paige like shaking at this point. We have to go. Jason pinned me beside him and started walking. I wrenched free. I'll catch up. I'm not leaving you back here, Jason said as Evan said, Ella, are you sure? Evan's mix of fear and fatigue drove an acidic dagger of regret right through my sternum. How can I be the man I'm supposed to be if she won't even talk to me? Tears rolled down Evan's cheeks, highlighting the red on the side Haley had smacked. I'd fucked up. Oh, I'd fucked up so fucking bad. 45 seconds, Paige said. Ella, now. Jason took my hand, locking his fingers through mine, dragging me toward Paige whether I liked it or not. Ella, are you sure? Evan hurried behind us, chasing me like I might have a drop of hope to offer. But my chance to save Evan from this moment had vanished when my dumbass chose to warn him about Haley. He could have spent field day as a normal, carefree student, completely unaware of the time bomb in Haley's womb. Haley would have figured it out eventually. Evan could have enjoyed weeks, maybe even a few more months of being a happy little high school Lothario. Too fucking late, Ella. Yeah, I said. I'm sure. Evan stumbled to a stop as Jason pulled me around the corner, jogging toward Paige as she started counting down. 30 seconds! 29! Are you really, really sure? Jason asked. Fuck. About Haley's baby? He fucking clarified. Well, shit. Yes. Like my pronouncement had triggered an eject hatch, Jason flung me toward the safety of Paige and the Team Parker spectator squad bench where midnight blue and silver rubber bracelets, stickers, fake tattoos, and face paint waited to attack, leaving me to build a paranoid list of potential catastrophes while Jason joined the team center field like a stallion entering a pony race. I was waiting for it.
I don't know what you want.
That's how you've been ending them all lately.
Yeah, but that's not a wop wop wanna. There's no wop wop wanna there.
I don't know what constitutes a wop wop wanna in your mind. A stallion entering football. A pony race. Well, yeah, that it is.
So there's not a wop wop wanna.
No, there's not. Okay, so I'm gonna move this while I'm watching the recording to make sure we don't lose anything. Okay, there we go. All right. So for Karen, how did you feel about the chapter, honey? She said, I miss you asking Megan how she feels about the chapter. I was like, well, I stopped because it makes her so uneasy. So how do you feel about the chapter?
I feel like we're making progress, you know. You just spat beer. Did it get the mic?
I don't think it got the mic.
There was a pin in it. You knocked a pin on the ground.
Sorry.
There's a stray pin. You spit beer on the microphone.
I spit because you were like, I think we're making progress. I'm like,
well, no, I'm like,
fucking hope so.
Well, no, the thing is, like, there's some chapters where you're like, okay, this is important, but
I just wasn't expecting. I was not expecting that.
But like time-wise, or like spatially, you're like,
I'm sorry,
yeah.
Mac baby. I'm sorry, Mac baby.
He spit beer on his mouth. Okay, you're gonna have to find the page you threw on the floor.
Sorry.
Well, no, because there are some scenes where like a lot happens, but like really 3 minutes in time has passed and they're still in the same fucking room. But this one, like, we moved a lot. Like, we got some story work done. We moved them spatially. Fucking time passed. We are finally entering field day. Like, I feel like I got a lot of shit done.
I just wasn't expecting that as your answer. I think we're making progress. Yeah, well, we're moving forward through the fucking book. We better be. Okay, anyway. Holy shit, that was funny. Thank you for coming along with us on that journey. Oh, God. Okay. Okay, my first comment I already talked about.
You're gonna have so much fun finding that.
Oh shit! Wait. Oh, it's like a little tiny pin.
It was a beating needle.
Oh shit!
You threw a beating needle.
Well, shit. Okay.
Well, shit. We own magnets. It'll be fine.
Okay. So my first question. This is about the poor Franny. The poor scrawny freshman boy who, based on his fear-filled gray-tinged face, definitely thought he was going to die in some athletic tragedy today. And I thought about it and I was like, well, I mean, look at the fucking tap dancing. Like, who thinks that they're going to, like, oh, well, you weren't tap dancing, but you did.
Yeah.
The sky fell
on
you.
The sky fell on top of my head.
The sky fell on top of your head. So, but it's just funny. I'm like, well, I mean, there's a reason that he probably feels that way. A lot of shit has been happening at Laureldale.
Well, he's also not athletic, and he has to athletic in front of a crowd.
Yeah, sure. No, I get that too.
So, I mean, in my head, it is more that than he's like, oh no, horrible things happen in this town. It's more like, oh God, I have to play football.
Yeah, no.
And there's gonna be throwing things, and it's gonna get me.
So me when I was a freshman in high school,
or me still now.
Yeah, like I played hockey, but it was street hockey, and we had lots of pads on. And if I had to go up against like people like Jason Archer, I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna die. I'm just going to sit out.
I can barely catch a ball. Like, it's a good day if I can catch a ball.
Yeah,
so.
it is. I remember one time making the mistake at Summerstock. We had been dating for like 2 years at that point. Oh my God, that was 20 years ago. And
We're
saying
old.
something to the effect of like, I don't know why we were talking about this. We were throwing a ball around on stage, and I think maybe you were there and you just didn't want to come out there. And they were like, so where's Megan? I was like, she doesn't like balls flying at her face. And everybody had a field day with that particular statement. Well, it's true, though. You don't like
That was
baseballs.
just such a weird, like, segue. But no, you're right. It's like the Clueless thing. My plastic surgeon says no activities where balls fly at my face. Well, there goes your social life.
I think it's funny that you actually did see a plastic surgeon, but not for anything cosmetic.
No, it was, because if someone's going to be fucking with your nose to try and fix your sinuses, you want someone who does cute noses.
Yeah, it's true. Well, and I mean, it didn't do anything to your nose, so it was fine.
But I picked him for a reason.
Jarred by the downside of Faye hearing and the unfortunate timing of being trapped on the same path as the girl he'd fucked himself over for while she makes breakfast plans with the guy who's moved into her house? A possibility. Is that what happened?
She doesn't know.
Yeah, but you know. Is that what happened? Okay, fine. Okay, this wasn't about the podcast. Oh. So I later remarked, per what Megan had said about in the chapter about it possibly being that Caleb overheard her making breakfast plans to another guy. I commented another section, sketchbook of a cheater seer.
Well, the thing is, like, she's not with Caleb.
No, that's true. She's not.
But it's one of those, like, awkward, she has a moral obligation to help Caleb, and it's really weird that she's, like, living her life and being okay, and he's not okay when he's not okay because of her, but there's shit that she can do about it because she has fucking human babysitters. So
Right.
it's just weird.
Yeah, it is weird. So remember that time that I misread a paragraph? So this was how I read the paragraph. This is as Ella is talking about the different ways that she can damage Jason's dad. If you want me to break his foot, I can make that happen too, I said as we peeled away from the crowd headed for the stands, veering toward our team's bench where Paige lorded over her minions, clipboard in one hand, megaphone in the other. Kneecaps and hands are harder to make look like an accident, but I could probably pull off a dislocated shoulder if that's more to your liking. And Megan was like, what the hell? It's not Paige. That's still Ella.
Paige
and I was
is
like,
not threatening bodily harm with the megaphone. It's not like, blap, kneecaps and harder to make look like an accident, but I could probably pull up. Like, she's not threatening physical harm.
That was my
into a
concern.
megaphone.
I was like, Jesus, she really wants this bad.
No, you can't say, Paige is smart enough not to say the bad part out loud. Like,
yeah,
if
that's
you
true.
were planning that, you keep that shit quiet. You don't say that out
unlike
loud.
certain people right now who are constantly in front of microphones just saying the quiet shit out loud. But here's the thing is that I should have known because this all happens in the same paragraph. If Megan ever, and there are actually some, okay, here's for the authors out there. There are a lot of publishers who completely disagree with ever having two characters speak, like two characters dialogue in the same paragraph. They're like, that is no, absolutely not. I think that that's a fine rule, but I like you using it in exceptions. Like when you have Jason saying one thing and then Evan saying something else.
Well, it only makes sense if they overlap or
exactly.
if there's a linking. Like, there are very few circumstances where they belong there, but sometimes they belong in the same paragraph, but you have to, like, notate it and shit. There is no notation. It is obviously Ella.
It is obviously Ella.
I'm not saying Paige isn't thinking about dislocating shoulders. I'm just saying Paige is smart enough to not say that shit into a fucking megaphone.
Stressed. She's been so stressed. I'm like, I could see her.
She's still smart enough. She would still say that, like, in a hushed, angry voice just to her team.
That's fair. I love that what Evan's concern is when he says too big a risk is Haley, pregnant Haley, poor pregnant, well, not poor Haley, fuck Haley. Well, he did. Yeah. Waggity schmaggity do. But that he's like, you can't play flag football if you're pregnant. That's too bad. I'm like, boy, he is so dramatic.
Well, he's freaking out. He doesn't know what to do, poor guy.
I know. I get that.
That's the thing is Evan is such an asshole, but he's constantly trying to be the person he's supposed to be. He just doesn't know who the universe has cast him as yet.
Yeah. This paragraph, like, oh my God, it is very much we all know those people. We'll just say that we know those people who were like, what? Can you just tell me what the fuck you two are right now? Like, I don't even know. Are you guys sleeping together still? Do you hate each other? Do you love each other? What is going on?
Are we publicly admitting you're sleeping together?
Yeah.
Or are we pretending people don't know,
Right.
even though everybody knows?
Yeah. So the daylight slicing through the breaks and the bleachers highlighted the clashing couple / former couple / fuck buddies / death is scary and we were both a little too desperate to feel alive and forgot the importance of birth control / I don't even fucking know. Oh, it just made me happy. It made me so happy. Anyway, that's all. I just wanted to share
I'm glad
that.
I brought you joy.
Yeah. Now this one brought you joy, Megan.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah, you explain.
So because I've had like 3 weekends of big events in a row, brain goes out.
Which is why this is going up on Thursday.
Yeah.
Again.
Brain goes out and aphasia goes bad.
Yeah.
So sometimes when aphasia is really bad, I like know what I want the sentence to be, like the shape of the sentence, but the actual words are like not there. So I just like do my fucking best to notate what I want the sentence to be when words come back to brain that is Al, and move on with my fucking life. So during a really bad brain day, can you let them know what the sentence was, and then we can tell them what it ended up as?
So this was the note before it. I'm gonna read the whole. I'm gonna read the whole thing in brackets. Copy this version of sentence for podcast. Are you stalking me, Haley? In brackets, piercing quality. In brackets, voice / tone. In brackets, dragged is the wrong word. Tension down my spine and woke Evan the fuck up to the fact that she was escaping, in brackets, this whole thing. So that is piercing quality, voice / tone, dragged is the wrong word. Just all in the middle.
I was like,
of the sentence.
There's words I need. Okay, now what did it actually end up being?
What it actually ended up being is, wait, where is it?
Right here.
Oh, yeah. Are you stalking me? Haley's icy fury wrapped tension down my spine. She made it 3 more steps before Evan darted forward, catching her by the wrist. Haley, please. Yeah, so.
So, it made sense in the end, but I was like, I can't just move on.
Well, and again, this is for the authors out there, and even for readers who are interested in like the behind the scenes of this. Instead of saying awakening Evan to the fact that she was escaping, you showed that she's escaping and that he wasn't aware of it by having her making it 3 more steps and then him darting forward. So she made it 3 more steps before Evan darted forward. That shows he was not aware. He has become aware and is now trying to stop her. So it's just that's very nice technique. I'm gonna give you
but
10.
it came from a very very ugly little highly bracketed sentence of like, ew.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you 10 on the landing for that though.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so that's the blat. I just wrote when I got it. I was like, this.
Well, this is not bleep.
How can I be the man I'm supposed to be if she won't even talk to me? Tears rolled down Evan's cheeks, highlighting the red on the side Haley had smacked. I'd fucked up. I'd fucked up so fucking bad. To which I said, did she though? And then I immediately afterward went, that's for the podcast, not a content edit. But did she fuck up? I mean...
Well, the thing is, like, she was trying to help and be like, oh shit, like, there's gonna be this problem with Haley, start fixing this problem with Haley. But by being like, no, fix this thing with Haley, it's getting worse and worse and worse. Okay. And it's like, it's making things worse for him, and she didn't solve things by like letting him in on the knowledge sooner. So it's like,
so she might be actually causing the vision she saw in the hallway.
Well, even if she's not causing it, like she just caused more pain.
She's
like,
exacerbating.
She's making Evan suffer twice. Like he's suffering leading up to it, and it's not going to save him from suffering when it happens. So like she just stole some fun months from him or weeks from him, and nothing good has come out of it.
Okay, but let's just say this, that if they had paid attention in home ec, is it home ec? When that happens, they usually bring in like the person to come in and do the sex ed talk with the bananas and everything, the wooden bananas that you have stashed.
I have no idea.
Oh, that's right. You're not in high school.
Wouldn't that be in like biology or health?
No, we didn't. did we have health home ec? Like there was a lot of shit that was combined in Tennessee.
Well, because you were in Tennessee.
Because I was in Tennessee, yeah. The sex talk there was more like, don't kiss your cousin. All right, anyway, I'm so sorry. That's not true.
I mean, practicalities, man. Don't get.
Yeah.
Well, you can kiss your cousin, but just
Oh
don't.
my
breathe.
God, no, we are not.
We learned that in Fallout. It's okay for kid stuff, but it's not sustainable procreation practice. I learned that in Fallout.
That's episode 1. It's so funny. It's okay to mess around with your cousin when you're kids. It's like, oh my God. Which, okay, those of you who haven't seen Fallout, it
makes sense in context. Okay,
yeah,
okay. Continue.
Okay, the last thing that I have is her saying Jason joined the team center field like a stallion entering a pony race, and I said, I'm assuming they win flag football.
Yeah.
just this huge guy. And imagine the other team must have been getting so hyped because they're like, oh, wait, we might actually have a chance. And then Jason shows up and they're like, well, shit.
Well, because the thing is, he's not a football player.
No.
But he does do track.
Yes, and he's huge.
And he's huge.
He is the wall.
So he's like this massive, speedy person.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, they've got flag football game 1 in the bag. Congrats, nailed it. First competition of the day.
Oh man. Okay, so that's all I have. Thank you for that juicy chapter. My goodness. Poor Evan's face. I'm concerned about what's going to happen with Haley. I'm like, ooh, I don't think that she can, but she's desperate now, and she's an animal backed into a corner, and like, it doesn't matter how dumb that animal is. That's not great. So I'm worried. I'm a little worried.
Worried enough to spit on your laptop again?
No, that was just fucking hilarious. Okay, I think we made some progress. Oh, good. I'm glad you feel that way. Excellent. That means it's a book. Congratulations.
Yay, we did
book. Okay, so do you have anything else to share? Any upcoming events?
Yes, if you are in the Orlando area, check out the Makers Fair in Orlando. It's one of the weird book events I do.
It's not a book event, but there are a couple of authors there, and it's awesome.
There are a couple authors there, but there are battle bots. There's like an entire battle bot championship going on.
The
it's
501st
so cool.
is there?
Yeah, there's Star Wars cosplayers. There was like a life-size Toothless there last year. There's lots of Daleks roaming around, including a steampunk one.
Yeah.
There's lots of science demonstrations and all kinds of cool stuff. So Maker Fair Orlando is such a fun event. And then after that, it's the Miami Book Fair for me.
Holy crap. Miami Book Fair. It's coming up. It's coming up soon.
It is coming up soon.
We put in the book order for it yesterday. And it doesn't happen.
The first book order for it.
Yeah, that's true. It doesn't happen for more than a month, but that is how paranoid we are. It's like, nope, we have to put in that massive book order.
Yeah, so we're just going to have a lot of books in the house because it's Miami Book Fair.
It's Miami Book Fair. It's a huge event.
Yeah.
Come to it if you're in the area. It is awesome. It's so
also,
fun.
keep an eye out on social media for some exciting new things that are coming for the website and for options for special paperbacks coming up on the MeganO'Russell.com website.
I'm excited for you to share that.
I want to see how it works out.
Megan started working on this thing last night, and it looks really good
but I need to work on it more to make sure that it's going to work before I can commit to anything.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is all we have for now.
I think that is. So where can they find us, Megan? Tell them.
Oh, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. No, there are 2 TikToks. There's Megan O'Russell TikTok, and there's the Page by Page TikTok,
podcast. Yeah,
where you can find Christopher doing all sorts of Christopher shenanigans.
I the other night
check out both of us.
I played Phasmophobia, which I've talked about on the podcast before. It's actually kind of fitting because it is very eerie and supernatural. But I played it as Stewie Griffin from Family Guy. It was really fun.
So check us out on social media, and please do comment, subscribe, rate. Any way that your platform lets you interact with the Page by Page podcast helps more listeners to find us and Ella. So please help us find some new friends for our Laureldale fun.
Yes, please do, because we love friends. And as always, thank you for reading.